Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Raymond Yeung.
And I'm Harminder Singh. Here are tonight's top stories.
Police possibly looking into shutting down Facebook page of banned pro-independence party.
Reports say Beijing denies U.S. Navy vessel port call to Hong Kong.
And passenger numbers on Express Rail Link plunge since debut on Sunday. Police may be looking to have Hong Kong National Party's official Facebook page removed, which would widen the scope of its ban.
Meanwhile, foreign governments have expressed concern about the exceptional move enacted by the government yesterday. But China's foreign ministry stood by the government's decision. Yeung reports.
In an unprecedented move yesterday, the government banned a political party, a first since the 1997 handover. The pro-independence Hong Kong National Party was outlawed by the Security Bureau on national security and public safety grounds. But ban scope might be widened. It is understood that police requested Facebook take down the party's official page, but police would not confirm the move. A police spokeswoman said the force would not reveal operational details. Meanwhile, the prohibition has caused an uproar among various countries and human rights groups. Without mentioning the Hong Kong National Party, a spokesman for the U.S. consulate said that the SAR government's decision to ban a political party was inconsistent with freedom of expression and association. The British Foreign Office and European Union also expressed concern about the ban. But the Foreign Affairs Ministry hit back. In a statement, it said it firmly supported the SAR government in banning the party, which engaged in separatist activities in an organized and premeditated manner. The ministry urged foreign government institutions in the city to respect China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. National People's Congress Standing Committee member Tam Yeung also weighed in on a radio program this morning. After the government announced it was looking to outlaw the party, it was given 21 days to submit arguments against the move. Subsequently, the party's founder Andy Chan managed to postpone the deadline 3 times. Tam said that showed the government was very careful during the process in order to avoid attracting judicial reviews over its decision. He believed there would be no bans of other parties that advocate self-determination, as such a move could easily bring challenges against the government in court. Yeung, HKIBC.
Beijing has denied a request for a U.S. Navy vessel to make a port call in Hong Kong next month.
The snub may be due to the trade war between the U.S. and China amid recent American sanctions on a Chinese firm. After exchanging punches on trade policies, China and the U.S. are now extending their dispute beyond commerce. This afternoon, the U.S. consulate in Hong Kong confirmed that Beijing denied a request for an American warship to make a port visit next month. According to the Wall Street Journal, the USS Wasp, an amphibious assault ship based in Japan, was scheduled to make a port call in October. Citing unnamed officials, the report said hundreds of servicemen who had been at sea since August would be affected. We have a long track record of successful port visits to Hong Kong, and we expect that will continue, the U.S. State Department said. In Beijing, Foreign Ministry spokesman Gang Shuang dodged a question on why the request was denied. China has always carried out approvals case by case, in accordance with the principle of sovereignty and the detailed situation, Gang said. The world's top 2 economies have been embroiled in an increasingly bitter trade war, and it was not known if the port visit denial was part of that dispute. On Saturday, Beijing lodged a formal protest to the U.S. ambassador to China over sanctions imposed on a Chinese firm for buying Russian jets and missiles. The sanctions are related to the mainland's purchase of 10 Su-35 fighter jets and S-400 surface-to-air missiles from Russia. The U.S. Navy makes regular port calls in Hong Kong. The USS Ronald Reagan supercarrier made a stop to the city last October. However, this was not the first time Beijing has denied such requests. The USS John C. Stannis strike group was turned away in April 2016, amid heightened tensions over the South China Sea.
Since its launch on Sunday, the number of passengers on the express rail link have declined sharply, far below government and MTR estimates.
Meanwhile, MTR Corporation Chairman Frederick Ma said ticketing system integration issues between Hong Kong and the mainland had yet to be fixed. Yeung reports.
The government had estimated that around 80,000 passengers would travel on the cross-border high-speed trains daily. But since its opening on Sunday, the express rail link has yet to reach that target. Immigration Department figures show that around 46,000 people passed through West Kowloon Station yesterday. That's almost 30,000 fewer than Sunday, when around 75,000 people took the trains. But MTR Corporation Chairman Frederick Ma said it was too early to judge whether the bullet train service was popular. He believed the number would improve later through word of mouth. Meanwhile, the link's ticketing system was once again put to the test today after opening date's chaos. Passengers who had booked tickets through China Railway's website 12306.com struggled to redeem their passes from 5 designated counters at the West Kowloon terminus. The long queues forced station staff to let some passengers to departure gates without their tickets. China Railway, which manages the mainland section of the link, has since added 2 more counters at the station. But despite the improvement, many passengers said they still had to wait for an hour.
將來呢，我哋亦都會安裝一啲自動取票機嘅。
Ma said more time was needed for the ticketing